Hello, I'm very excited to announce that we are relaunching the 6-day in-person logical thinking process course here in Paris that we used to run every summer. And I'm with Thorsteinn Siglaugsson, who's going to be hosting it. Initially, for many years, this was hosted by Bill Dettmer, but Thorsteinn is now taking over that role of host of the 6-day course. Indeed, I met Thorsteinn here in Paris during the 6-day course. That's how he got to learn the logical thinking process, or started learning it, since he's been practicing it now for many years. And indeed, he is the coach with Bill Dettmer of all the online training that we do with the logical thinking process. So he is very much now the expert in the logical thinking process. So he's going to be hosting it, and I'd like him to explain to us, what it is, what the format is, what he's going to do.
So basically what I'll be doing is I'll be running the 6-day logical thinking process course, very much basically in the same format that Bill Dettmer has run it, and it's been developed, of course, over many years. So we will stick with the same format. So we'll start by defining the goal. Basically, the participant normally brings in a persistent, difficult problem to solve, something that they haven't been able to deal with effectively. And the purpose of the logical thinking process is to help actually identify the real root causes and conflicts and find the way toward the future with a solution. So we start by the beginning point is basically to define the goal and the critical success factors that we're aiming to achieve. And this sort of sets the focus for the problem-solving part. So we look at what we are not achieving out of what we aim to achieve, and we then go into the current reality tree analysis to identify the true underlying root causes behind those problems. And sometimes those are something we suspected we might have, sometimes it's something we didn't suspect at all, actually, and that's quite often, actually, it's like that. Once we've identified the root causes, we will see that in some cases, not always, but in many cases, behind the root cause lies some sort of a conflict, disagreement on how to move forward. And we go into the evaporating cloud, the conflict resolution diagram, to solve those conflicts. It's a very effective way of doing that. Once we've solved the conflicts, we use a future reality tree to test the solutions that we have found, both for the conflicts and other root causes where we don't have conflicts possibly. And we map out the way toward the future to check any negative effects that we might see, precisely how our solutions are going to lead us toward the future. And once we've done that, we go into the prerequisite tree, where we define precisely the path toward the solution and any obstacles that might arise along the way, and define precisely how we're going to deal with those. This takes the best part of 6 days, actually, to go through this. What I intend to add at the end of the course is a discussion and some training in how to use artificial intelligence, more specifically the large language models, to help with both improving the quality of logical analysis and to speed it up as well. This is something I've been researching now for a few months, and it's a very promising way of getting those results improved and getting the analysis speeded up, which is a very important part of the whole thing.
The format of this in-person course is 3 days of training, then a weekend, and then 3 days of training. That's because, believe me, it's quite hard work thinking in this way, and people are pretty exhausted after the first 3 days, and they take their weekend to relax. And of course, it's in Paris, which means you can find probably some interesting things to do during that weekend. Okay, and you can come alone, of course, and you can also come with two people, for instance, from the same organization. Can you, Thorsteinn, describe why that there is a question of whether you want to come alone or come with accompanied?
It is if you're coming from a company and you're dealing with a company problem, this is usually something that is done in a team. And when working on, especially the current reality tree, the root cause analysis, basically, the optimal number of people working on that together is 2 people. So if you're coming from a company, it's preferable to bring somebody along with you. It's not required, and you can have great results also without doing that. But to ensure basically the best result possible, then 2 people is the optimal number. Yeah. If you're dealing with, if you're an entrepreneur, say, or you're working on your personal issues, which is what participants are sometimes doing, then of course you don't have to bring anybody along. Then it's just you.
In terms of preparation for this 6-day course, you want to read as much as you can Bill Dettmer's Logical Thinking Process Green Book, right? Now, that's up to you exactly how diligently you read this book. What would you say about that, Thorsteinn?
Well, I would say it's great if you have the time to read the whole book before you come to the course. But it's not necessary. Reading is necessary though, because it's before each session. It's really necessary to read the chapters or the chapter that pertain to that session, so that you have knowledge about the subject being discussed in the lecture. That's I wouldn't recommend not reading anything. You're not going to get a lot out of this if you don't do that. And you see, when you sit in the course or when you do the training, you see it very 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 easily if people have actually read the relevant material or not. But you can look at it as if you're in university. Let's say there is required reading before each lecture, and if you do the required reading, then you're able to follow much more easily what's going on in the lecture. Otherwise, you have to try and memorize it and then go back and read, which is not the optimal way.
The Logical Thinking Process 6-day course in Paris was historically given by Bill Dettmer, the author of the Logical Thinking Process book and so forth. But it's now going to be hosted by Thorsteinn Siglaugsson. Thorsteinn, can you present yourself and what you know about it and how you got to be the host of the 6-day course in Paris?
I learned the logical thinking process from Bill in Paris, actually, in 2018. And I was aware of it. I had been aware of it for quite a while, and I had read quite a lot about it. But this was an opportunity to really learn and immerse myself into this. I became very enthusiastic about basically spreading the word and using the process, because I found out during the 6-day course how important it is and how much it can improve your own thinking and problem-solving abilities. So I started, as soon as I finished the course, I actually started preparing to write a book about it. And this book, From Symptoms to Causes, was then published early 2020. It's a short account of the logical thinking process, a short explanation. It's been quite successful, actually. And I started doing training courses as well on the logical thinking process, on various aspects of it first, and in-house courses, training courses with companies and projects and so on. Bill and I co-hosted a course in 2019 in Helsinki. We focused on the Gold Tree, a 2-day course. I just kept basically working on this, and then it was about a year ago, just over a year ago, that Bill got in touch with me and asked me to assist him with coaching students in the new online logical thinking process course. And we've been doing this together now for a year, or just over a year. And I've been doing more and more of the work actually as we've gone along. And then along the way we've been running also on-site courses, in-house courses, and so on together.
Well, thank you. And I helped set up the online coaching, and I've watched yourself and Bill coaching people. I had the pleasure of assisting one of your in-house training sessions in America recently. So I've seen you doing it all, and I can vouch for your excellent mastery of doing the logical thinking process 6-day course. So the format is 3 days of work, then a weekend, then 3 more days of work. We limit it to 12 participants, so there can be good interaction between the host and the participants. And as Thorsteinn has pointed out, you bring your own problem to be solved, and in a sort of workshop format, it gets solved. Physically, the format is back to what we used to do. That's to say, it's in our offices, absolutely in central Paris, the Tour Montparnasse, for those who know what it is, the one and only large building in central Paris. And so we're smack in the heart of Paris, which is good for when you want to stop your logical thinking and go out and have a look at the city, and maybe go out to eat some food and stuff. So the location is good. If you're wondering if this course is for you, this logical thinking process thing to solve problems, everybody's got problems, right? So is it for you? Let me just give you a few examples of the kind of people who've come and what they've come with as a problem, right? So, for instance, where they come from, well, that's simple. It's the world over, right? We've had people from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from America, whatever, all over the world, people who come from every single continent. And the kind of populations we get are people in organizations, existing organizations, small, medium, or very large, okay? And they often come with a problem of transformation or improving the performance of the company. We also get a lot of people who are entrepreneurs or startup entrepreneurs who are just starting or about to launch themselves in an enterprise. And it's a pretty ideal, right? Because you start off with questions such as what is your goal and how you're going to get there and all that stuff. And also other kinds of problems. Right? We've had people from non-government organizations trying to solve problems of violence and drug abuse in the world and all these sorts of things. And finally, we also get people who use it for personal reasons because it will help them better manage their career, better manage their life-work balance and these sorts of things, okay? So we're open to any kind of background, any kind of person coming with any kind of problem. We've seen basically all of it. So if you're wondering whether this course is for you, the answer is probably yes.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. And based on both with my experience when I participated in the course and the training that I've been doing since, and the coaching of the online students, this is quite a good description of the wide variety of people who are coming into this course, and wide variety of issues or problems they're trying to solve, it's what maybe characterizes those people who come to the logical thinking process course is that they are not satisfied with just keeping doing things in the same old way. They want breakthrough solutions. They want to move on, and that's probably what unifies those who actually go for this, because it's going through the course is hard work. It's you're investing a lot of your time and your mental capabilities into this, and you do that for a reason, and you have to be driven in order to do that and to get out of it what you want to get out of it. So, but the subjects are very, very varied, I would say.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so I hope to see you here in Paris for this 6-day course on the logical thinking process. See you soon.